And we're back for another episode. Before we get started, though, TJ, hit that intro music.
When I go, I drop. When I trip, I pop. When I go,
Welcome back to the recap show. This is Drag Race Season 18, Episode 14. And the name of this episode is Good Morning, Bitches. And we're almost ready to wrap this bitch up. We got 2 more episodes after this particular one. The season's coming to a close. What did y'all think about this week's episode? But wait, I'm jumping the gun. Before we get started, we got to do our drag names.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
You can go.
I went first last week.
Well, I'll go.
Go ahead, TJ.
I feel like I've come up with like 4 or 5 over the last couple of days. So I'm having trouble. But I think I'm gonna go with this one. This is gonna be a reference to, I feel like, a very small demographic of people. So a lot of people may not get it, but the ones who do get it will get it. My name is Dame Shirley Assey.
Dame Shirley Assey.
As in Shirley Bassey.
See, you get it.
Of course he's going to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, Dame Shirley Bassey.
I love
All right.
Shirley.
Okay. What you got?
Well, as we're coming to a close of this season, the names are running short. And so today we're just going to be Slim Pickens.
Okay, Slim
Pickens.
Okay, cute. I like that.
Okay. I think I got something cute. It's demure, not too out there. I am Sticky Buns. Sticky Buns. You know you like a good bun.
Okay.
He likes a good bun.
We
Just
love
honey
a good
bun.
sticky one too. We love
I
sticky
mean, I'm your honey, so I'm a honey bun, sticky bun, sticky bun. All right.
Warm it up a little bit and then just eat it up as Darlene.
Okay. So, what are y'all thoughts on this week's episode?
It had its highs, it had its lows, it had its
No.
moments. It was an episode. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad. It was an episode.
You wasn't feeling it over there.
No.
Okay.
Girl.
Neither was she.
He wasn't feeling it either.
I'm just ready for the season to be over. This episode really nothing about this episode made sense to me. Like, nothing about the episode made sense. Like, why are we doing another acting challenge here at the end?
Yeah, I will say I did miss the video. Like, they always do a cute little music video at the end. I didn't understand why this episode got this challenge.
Yeah.
I didn't mind this. I thought it was like the first one was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but the second one, they were really, really funny.
And that's why I say it had its highs, because Mikey and Darlene killed it.
Are
like,
really
they
good
were
together.
hilarious.
I mean, but we've done, this is probably the 4th acting challenge that they've had to do this season. And then we already had one that was kind of similar to this, I think, with the RDR Live, when there was a part of that where there was like a news sketch.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, why, what?
So let me ask this question: do you think it has anything to do with the fact that RuPaul's got a movie coming out, and a lot of this season, a lot of the things were acting challenges?
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it. If anything,
let's throw it out there.
I feel like it was set up for the dancers to be in the bottom, because if they had done a music video, Juicy and or Nene would have excelled. So I'm just like, what? It felt really out of place for a final challenge, like, especially considering we've had so many acting challenges, and then it really wasn't even all that good anyway. Like,
Here's the thing, though. We can't have it both ways. We're constantly kind of complaining, not us in particular, but the viewing audience are constantly complaining, like, that we need something different. We
Change
need
it up.
something, like, we
It's
need to change
stale.
up. And I feel like a lot of things this season, they at least tried their best to switch it up a little bit here and there. So I do feel like, we can't have it both ways. Either we're going to ask for something else and get it, or we're going to get the same thing over and over again and still complain about that. Like it just doesn't work. It doesn't work both ways.
But why y'all switching up the wrong things? Y'all switching up the wrong things. You sending front runners home. Why would you do that? You have a weird ass challenge here at the end. And you know what? As I've been watching, I feel like for a while I've been wanting to say this. I kind of miss like Rue being kind of like over the top when it comes to like some of her affectations. Like we haven't had you know how she'll do a lip sync for y'all, like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Stuff
She
like
hasn't
that,
done that in a long time. It's really given like I'm tired. I'm ready
Girl
to
is old.
retire. And
I think honestly, give Rue 2 more seasons and then wrap it up, because I feel like 19 is weird. So give it season 20 and then let's call it a day.
We said this last season. We were like, let's get to 20 and we'll call it a day. Maybe get somebody else to host, completely do a revamp.
I don't even want a new host. I don't want a revamp. I want it to end with RuPaul. I want it
So then what you gonna watch then?
I don't know. They can incorporate drag queens and other things. I just don't want... I feel like the train has run... The train needs to go to its final station. Like, I just don't want it to continue and to get old. Because look at America's Next Top Model. Once they started doing too many different things, it just no longer worked. When you got the British Invasion, you got the Short Girls, you got the college season. Like, I feel like that's what Drag Race is doomed to do if it goes any further past season 20.
As I said last season, and probably the season before, I feel like we started going downhill with that chocolate bar. Because what was that? That didn't make no sense.
Well,
it's chocolate.
Didn't make no sense.
Let me ask this question. Do you feel that way just for the U.S. version, or is it all the versions around the world? Remember, this is not just a U.S. version.
I feel like the versions around the world can keep going because they are their own iteration. And they're newer, and you have to have a specific streaming service to even watch it. And then also, you also have
different hosts.
Yeah, there are different hosts. They're different. It's a completely different audience for those people around the world. Mm-hmm. So if they want to continue going, have at it. And yeah. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, now that we completely depressed our audience, let's get into these looks.
I'm
or what do you have clips of? Is it of the?
I have the challenge, and I went back and forth between whether or not I wanted to even try to get those. But I was like, since we've done them all thus far, let me go on and get these two.
Well,
so I have the
challenge first. Yeah, let's do the challenge first.
Okay.
All right, first,
depressing me.
I'm just anyway. Juicy and Nene, yeah.
I don't understand when Nene gets into drag, this whole robotic movement thing. And then I will say they killed this, the tongue twister thing. Yeah. Juicy did way better on that than I expected her to with reading. I'm not calling the girl dumb, but I just, for some reason, I felt like she would have been, if anybody was going to get tripped up, it would have been Juicy. But Nene is just boring. I've come to realize Nene really is just a boring queen. Like, there is nothing spectacular about her, like, other than, like, she's going to give you a good look. But you have to be more than just to give you a good look. Nene has no personality outside of looking good.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really have nothing to say. Like, I was bored this episode. I was bored, honestly, from start to finish, including the lip sync, which I said I have wanted for weeks. But then the song you choose, what is this song? Anyway, yeah.
I think TJ is over it.
I think he is too. I think really did it. I enjoyed this episode. I don't think it was their best episode, and I don't. Here's the thing. There's no expectation of every episode to be great. I think that it was somewhat entertaining. I enjoyed this challenge. I don't think Juicy and Nene did the greatest. I thought they had some of their phony moments, like that reading off the teleprompter. When I saw that come out, I was like, they're going to completely fuck this up. And they did it. They nailed it. Like, they read it almost word for word.
Yeah.
They didn't add it like the other team did. So I enjoyed that. They looked good, you know. But at this point, we know that they can paint. All these girls that are left can really paint. They look good. So I was okay with it.
Yeah, I just felt like, and then Juicy wasn't paying attention to Ross when
That
he was
was
telling
the
her to
one
wrap
thing.
it
Yeah,
up.
like she kept
Like,
making excuse.
I just felt like it could have been more. Like you can tell they were both unsure, but like they were just going with it. I think Nene was getting tripped up because Juicy was messing up, and then Nene got in her head. It was just their segment just was not good.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Excuse me. Darlene and Mikey.
This was funny. I'm sorry. I think we were literally laughing out loud at the both of them. They were funny. They were good. And I agree with Ross when he said Mikey could do this in real life. I do feel like Mikey could do this in real life. She was very natural with it.
She has done it in real life on the Drew Barrymore show.
Well, that was after the fact.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, she's doing it. Listen, I loved everything about this particular group. They were so good. They played off of one another really well. Even like in the workroom, like, I was like, if they could bring that energy to whatever they have to do on the stage, and they did, it translated well. Even like when they did the teleprompter, and they added just a little bit, Darlene did. So that leads me into something else. I have been saying for the last several weeks, Darlene is the dark horse. Mm-hmm. She can win this all. She proved again this episode, she is that girl. She's that good. She's leaning into everything they've talked to her about. Even her runway look and the thing that she did with Michelle. And I'll wait until we get to it to talk about it a little bit more. But I think that honestly, if we're being just 100, Mikey is the front runner, but I think Darlene is the winner. That's my prediction.
I honestly am rooting for Darlene to win. I don't think she will win. However, I would love it if she did win at this point. And I told you hoes from the beginning, there was something about Darlene. TJ in particular was so caught up on hating her name. I was like, no, there was something about her that just resonated with me. And Darlene, even Rue said, I didn't see you here.
Yeah. And
even their Tic Tac lunch or whatever, I love the conversation that they had. You can tell it struck a chord with Rue.
Yeah.
I just feel like Darlene actually could win, and we don't really know what she'll do in a lip sync. We saw her lip sync in the girl group, but we don't know what she could do to a song. So it will be interesting to see how well she performs in the finale, because I feel like Darlene could win. It's between Mikey or Darlene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nene is just there for
looks.
Nene's just there. But it's between Mikey and Darlene. I'm rooting for Darlene, but I won't be mad if Mikey wins.
Yeah.
I honestly, at this point, I feel like Darlene would be the only queen that I would be mildly excited if they won. But even still, I would be like, okay, cool, end of the season. Like, I'm not excited about the possibility of either one of these queens winning. And I think it's been I don't know if I've ever felt that way before. Like, I'm just not at all excited about Mikey, Darlene, compared to the other queens we've had, compared to Jane, who I definitely thought was going to win. At this point, I'm just like, okay, child, let's just crown a bitch so we can move on and go to All Stars.
Well, let me ask this question. Let's get into this a little bit. What is it about Jane that, granted, she was the front runner and she's been, done the best out of all the Drag Race seasons as far as like where she ranks? What is it about her that you love so much that you don't see in Mikey or Darlene?
I feel like Jane was I feel like Jane she had references. She was very thoughtful. I liked a lot of her looks. I think I found her very well-rounded. And that's not to say that Mikey isn't, but if I'm comparing like runways, I would give it to Jane over a Mikey, right? And so, and then I feel like Jane's direct competition was Mikey, considering they both they were neck and neck. They got, the same amount of wins. That was her competition. So anybody else is way far below Jane for me. So now, since Jane is gone, I'm just like, okay. But again, if Darlene wins, I'll be happy because I'm like, okay, because Darlene has, as you've said many times, she's endearing. She's also given me a chuckle a time or two. I like the fact that she continues to wear the clunky shoes, with the exception, actually, of this runway. I kind of wish she didn't wear them this time, but I like the fact that she does have the clunky shoe. There are things that I like about Darlene, minus her name, that do kind of sort of make me want to root for her. But I think for me, it's a little too late to root for her because we're so late in the game. But again, if she wins, I'm like, okay, great. But I'm gonna just move on.
I'll save it for when we go over the looks.
Okay.
But I'm going to come back to the clunky shoe with Darlene.
Okay.
And I guess we can just get... So, to your point, though, I will agree. Jane was probably the most overall polished queen. She had a very... I'm not going to say she was but she had... I feel like Jane was the most fully realized queen. From the challenges, to the looks, to the personality. I feel like Jane came into this competition... someone who really didn't need to grow in any aspect. She just came to this competition and was in the competition and did the competition. I feel like everybody else kind of like picked up things along the way where it was like, okay, I'll do this differently or I'll grow here. I feel like Jane came in just a fully realized queen. So I agree with you on that. However, I think I've said it throughout the whole season too. All of these queens felt the same to me.
Yeah.
So... And I said it earlier too, like anybody can win at any point. Like I can literally see everybody winning because everybody kind of felt like they were on the same level playing field, opposed from Jane, because again, Jane to me was just that queen that was a fully realized queen. But at this point, now that Jane's gone, I've shifted and I really do. I don't think Darlene will win. I really want Darlene to win, though. I'm rooting for Darlene.
I think she has a good chance of winning on it, especially now that she has, 2 wins? This is her
She
second.
has 2 wins.
Mikey has 4.
And then the interaction, what gives me hope is the interaction between her and Rue on the runway when Rue was, when they were critiquing them, and Rue was relating to her. So I was like, oh, maybe Rue sees himself in this girl.
He does.
And I was like, okay, she could win. My antenna went up. I was like, oh, Darlene could actually win.
Yeah.
Bing. Yeah.
It's like I said, it's possible. She now has 2 wins. We don't know what she'll do in a lip sync, so we'll see.
Dark horse.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah. Let's get into these
She'll
looks.
pull it out in the end. She'll pull it right out her ass.
Okay. First up on the runway is Nene. The category was, what was it? Drag excellence? Yeah, drag excellence.
This looks really good. I enjoyed this look. I think that I liked all the looks on the runway today, but this one was exceptional. She's always polished though.
She's always gonna give a good look.
I like the look. I don't like the shoe choice with it though.
I didn't see this through.
It's like a stripper platform, and it don't.
He's always clocking the shoe.
I didn't care for the shoe, and especially I didn't care for the shoe. But I think this was a good look. Nene's always going to give you a good look, but it's really nothing to. It's nothing outstanding because we know that she's going to give us a good look.
And so. Nene, this episode, I think the entire episode, for some reason, I kept seeing Aquaria.
Oh, interesting.
I don't like every time, like this whole episode, and then even looking back at the season, I'm like, this girl reminds me of Aquaria. I can't pinpoint exactly why, or maybe because Aquaria also always gave you a look, but I kept seeing Aquaria from Nene this episode specifically. And to the look, I thought it was good. I thought it was cute. I feel like maybe I expected something a little bit more elevated because it was supposed to be drag excellence, and they always give you like that high look. This was like the episode before the finale, so I kind of expected just a little bit more. So I'm interested in seeing exactly what she does do on the finale.
Yeah.
Okay.
She looked good though. I like
does look
that
good.
she likes. You can tell she was happy to be there because I like the fact that she smiled on the runway. I don't think we've ever seen her actually like smile on the runway. Like she's like paused and like kind of took it in and smiled. So it's like, yeah, I think she looks good though. I think this moment here, like that there, like you can tell like she was like, okay, I'm taking this in. Here we are.
And
I appreciated that moment.
Yeah.
I love the hair. Like the hair matched the dress. Like it was like it was a silhouette. It just went all the way up.
Yeah.
Just to give you a little breather with the face, and then let's just finish this dress up here.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. All right, who's next?
Next up, we have Mikey.
I was not impressed with this look with Mikey.
Can I ask, did we see this already? I feel like we saw this already.
We saw something like this season, I think. Or it might have been UK.
I feel like somebody wore this already. I really do feel like somebody wore this already. Was it
Like
UK?
the exact look, or you're saying something
like
very
I
similar?
think the exact look.
I don't know. I think
They looked when she came out, and I was like, "This looks really familiar."
I think someone in UK did something like this, but I think it was like more of a silver look, but it had more hoops and stuff.
Maybe.
I think it was UK.
You're not thinking about. You can't be thinking about Nymphia Wynn's like.
Oh
step
no,
down.
absolutely not. I would
She
never
did have
reference
a
Nymphia
big
Wynn.
old. Okay, I was gonna say you couldn't.
Yeah,
surely
no.
not.
The only thing I remember from Nymphia is that tie look. When she did the ties.
Oh no, it's the one. It was the one that she. I think it was her step down look when they had the finale. She had like the big tiger behind her. Like it was the wind and no. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, but so as far as this look, I like it, and I agree with some critique that I've heard that the wire thing wasn't really needed. Like the dress on its own looks nice, and I think it would have been just fine. I think adding that wire structure or whatever, just it kind of took away from it.
It took something away from it. Yeah.
I think if she's going to do that, she needs to do more, like make it bigger.
Yeah.
It just seemed like it was like, well, I've got this wire. What am I going to do with it? Let me just do something.
I see what she was trying to do, but it looks really naked and bare. And I think that was part of the critique that she got on the runway. Is like, it's not enough on there. And these little trinkets are so small that, it needed, if you're going to do that, it should have been Nymphia Wynn level.
So, you know what she could have done, though? Because the way the wire is kind of wrapped around her, she could have had it wrapped as opposed to it just being a thing. So, like, if it continued to circle and, like, it was still that thin, I felt like that probably could have worked better. But because it wrapped around her body and then just did the hoop, the asymmetrical hoop, maybe that's why it didn't work. But it was, like, to your point, it wasn't necessary. And like y'all said, if she was going to do it, it either should have been bigger, or to Tiana Taylor's point, which again, I love Tiana Taylor.
I liked her.
I loved her on the panel.
Yeah.
Tiana Taylor should have been the judge on Legendary, but that's a whole other. That's a whole other. Because Tiana Taylor is a ballroom girl. She comes from that world. Anyway, so to Tiana Taylor's point, if she could have found a way to do like a fish wire where it was like more invisible and it almost seemed like the stars were kind of just floating. Well, I know the structure of it probably more than likely
you
would
won't
not
get
have
that
worked.
look with fish wire. Fish wire doesn't do that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see who's next.
Next we have Juicy.
This too, when it came out, I was like, didn't we see this already? And granted, she did say it was a nod to Morphine, but it was just elevated from what Morphine did. I still feel like I've seen this before.
I thought it looked good.
It does look good. I don't like the shoes. I wish she would have had a gold shoe as opposed to a nude shoe. But I don't know. I feel like I've seen it before.
I mean, it doesn't feel particularly fresh. I'll give you that. I feel like Juicy could have done better. Like, this feels like it looks like it makes her look larger than what she is, and it's so much material of the exact same color that it just feels kind of haphazard. It feels like it's too much because she got the head.
It feels heavy.
It's got to be heavy. And then she has the headpiece on, so it really just makes her look. It's like it's swallowing her up. And
Swallowed.
Have you ever been swallowed?
Yes, actually.
No, I didn't care for this look really. It was too much. It was too much.
Girl, you doing too much.
I thought she looked nice. Juicy always kind of not. Juicy for the most part looks nice.
Yep.
Again, I wish she would have done like a gold shoe or a gold boot. The only thing that took me out of it was the nude shoe.
Mm-hmm.
But she looked good. It didn't, like you said, it didn't feel fresh. I feel like I'm pretty sure I've seen this somewhere before, and I just can't place where I've seen it.
All right.
Alrighty. Next
And
up,
last we have
Darlene.
Talk about regal. She looked good. She looks good. Okay, so what I want to say about Darlene with the shoe, right? I feel like Darlene, like I said earlier, these girls have picked up stuff and like they've gone with it. Like Darlene has been the main queen that has taken notes from the judges, taken notes from Ru, and has applied it to either the challenge and or the runway, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like she probably had a shoe plan for this look, but because the shoe has been such a point of contention between her and Michelle, and she's leaned into it's become a joke at this point, I felt like she was leaning into the joke of it and decided, hey, I'm going to put these shoes on because I know the judges are going to love the fact that I'm leaning into the joke. I feel like Darlene has taken the note of leaning into the funny, the crazy, the silly. And that's, yeah. So I feel like the shoe, I'm pretty sure Darlene had a different shoe plan for this dress. But I love the fact that she actually was like, you know what? Let me get this last little kiki in and throw on this clunky shoe.
Can I just jump in real quick? Because this look was giving me throwback. Now, I'm sure that you guys know this reference. This was giving me Dynasty. This was giving me Falcon Crest. This bitch came out there. She was just like, look at me. I mean, it was giving very 80s. She had her big hair. Yeah. She had her little poof jacket with the sleeves, and she pulled it back. That gold dress from head to toe. This bitch looked good.
She does.
She looked good, and she walked in there with grace. And this is not something that you see from her. Like, her makeup was toned down, but it looked really, really good. She was a different drag queen this episode. And when I saw this look, I was like, you know what? This bitch could win the whole thing.
Yeah. She could.
That look was like, I'm going to win.
She could. I feel like she could win.
I feel like this was the first episode where I truly thought Darlene could win. This look is nice. I do like it. I hear you when you say like...
I'm waiting for the but
there is a but. As much as I have loved the shoes, with this look, I just wanted a different shoe. Like, if you're gonna give us drag excellence, like, just this one time, give us a shoe that's gonna go perfectly with this gown. Now, the gown, the lining bothered me very much. That lining bothered me so much, it threw me off, especially on them red shoes. That's why I also don't think I care for them red shoes. In this look, that lining was so jarring. As she walked, I was like, this is wrong. This is all wrong. And I want more makeup on Darlene's face. I don't think she paints enough to paint over some more of the masculine qualities of her face. I want just a little bit more makeup on her. But all in all, this was if I had to grade it, I would give it a B-.
No. No, not a B minus.
I will give
As
it
you
a
were
B minus.
as you were speaking, an image came to my head.
Okay.
And you know who Darlene reminded me of with this look? Vita Bohem, when they did that opening drag competition when she had on the purple.
I know exactly
And
what
the
you're talking
way Vita was carrying herself in that runway, that was Darlene on
about.
this runway.
I see it 100%. I see
Yes.
it one. Because she had on like
Yes.
a column type of gown too, didn't she? Like a sparkly.
Well, it was a pantsuit. No, it was a pantsuit. It was purple, but it had a cape. It was a purple pantsuit. It had a cape, and the way she moved in that, and it was Darlene was giving very much Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. And that is not a slight. That is like, yes.
Well, that was just a reference you saw.
Yeah, but Darlene, I was so happy for her in this episode. I also did not realize how thin Darlene was. This dress made me realize how thin Darlene is, which is also not a bad thing. But like, she looked good. I love the wink wink nod with the shoe because
I love that. That was it for me.
It was. Like I said, I'm pretty sure she had something else planned, but she has just listened to what Rue loved the shoe. Rue loves the fact that Michelle hates the shoe. Mm-hmm. So the fact that she was like, I'm going to give Rue this shoe one more good time on this runway, I just loved it.
Yeah. Oh, and as on a side note, congratulations go out to Miss Darlene because she just got married.
She did just get married.
He did.
Why are you hating? Why are you hating on her getting married?
Because I was ready to go on a date. Damn.
Well, they may be open.
They might be open. I might need to send a DM or check out some after their honeymoon. I'm sure they're probably still in their honeymoon. Anyway, so the idea of including the shoes with this look, I like. I would just also like to see the look with a different shoe.
Well, maybe because they do photo shoots after the fact and post them, so maybe she might give you a different shoe.
Hopefully so. I might go.
If she gives you a different shoe, will you be okay with that?
No, because the lining would have to also be changed.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah, that neon yellow greenish lining didn't really make sense.
Oh,
it didn't. It didn't. I will give you that.
All right.
Yeah. It would,
so. Yeah. In the bottom this week was Juicy and Nene, and as you said, this was the battle that you were looking for, and from what I take it, it did not live up to the hype of what you were wanting. And I think it had to do because of the music selection.
I think it was the song. Yeah, I do feel like it was the song.
I've always been saying that though. These songs, I don't care for the songs they use for the battles. Like, I think they need someone else. Whoever's picking them, they need someone else to do it.
Yeah, I didn't.
And she struggled with her reveal too. Juicy did.
Yeah, and then this was just never going to actually be a good lip sync because Nene couldn't come out of her gown, so she couldn't move like we know that she can do. The song was bad.
I will say though. For Nene having that dress on, she still gave the song what she could, and I wasn't mad at what she gave the song. Yeah. I don't feel like either one of these queens, because I did see something earlier about how Jane went home as a front runner because she actually lost the lip sync, but you sent Juicy home, who actually won the lip sync. I don't agree with that. I don't feel like I don't think Juicy won the lip sync. I felt like they were kind of equally matched. They gave the song two different energies, but what Nene gave the song was still a very solid lip sync, and she moved as much as she could in that dress.
And she also even broke the that centerpiece,
which was unnecessary. Yeah. I felt like that was kind of like a last ditch effort for something that wasn't even a necessary effort that needed to be put in. She was doing really well with the song for what you could give that song and how she could move in that dress. I don't feel like Nene lost that. Either one of them could have won, honestly.
Yeah, you said either one could have won.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this about Juicy though. I felt like Juicy kind of lost the musicality that she usually has with the lip syncs, and she was just trying to do a bunch of tricks to stick around.
I think so.
Like we could have done with less tricks, and I felt like
Less
she was
flips.
just trying. Yeah, she was just trying to throw everything out there because she really wanted to stay, but
Yeah.
she lost what she usually gives to a song. She usually like embodies,
Interprets it.
what the song is doing, as opposed to just doing a bunch of tricks and stuff.
I agree with that. And what I'll say is that I don't, with this, it was a poor song choice. Like,
Yeah.
who would want to lip sync to that song? It doesn't sound good. It doesn't really give you much of anything. So I was like, what the fuck is this? So again, I'm like, okay, we finna get the lip sync. I didn't even think about the song. I'm just thinking we finna get the lip sync that I've been wanting to see. And then that's the song. I'm like, oh, well, shit. And then this girl is in a gown and she can't come out of it. I was like, oh, goddamn. Yeah, I was just, it was a mess. Honestly, when they got done lip syncing, I looked at the two in the back and I was like, well, what if we just went to the finale with a top two? What if both of these bitches went home? I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be upset.
Honestly, I had that thought at a particular moment too. I was like, are they just gonna give us a top two? I will say though, kudos to Ru for giving us a top three again. We haven't had a top three since like season 9.
Mhm.
And I hope that I hope they go back to a theater. Give us a theater. Stop doing it on the main stage.
Yeah, they probably won't, but
With a proper audience.
Yeah, give us
I'm
a
with
proper
you on that.
audience.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Like, go back to the days of Bob coming through the audience, purse first, walking down the aisle. Like, I miss that. Like, there was just something about that energy.
The theater, the drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got like a bunch of people there to watch you, a bunch of fans,
Former contestants,
Yeah.
and like you got people asking questions. Like, I miss the Q&A. Like, give us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of stopped during COVID, right?
Well, even during COVID, when they did it outside with Simone and Candy and them.
Yeah.
You don't remember the outside
They did it outside?
finale? Yeah. Everybody was like posted up on their cars and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
and they were
I thought you were
outside.
They were like a parking lot.
It was like a parking lot.
Yeah. Which, okay. I have an opinion about that particular finale, if I may just get it off my chest.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I feel like Jada Essence Hall should have said no to doing that.
Why?
Because I feel like that was beneath her as a winner. No winner in previous history has had to host as well or had to like be out in the audience. And I was like, she already had to win during COVID. Now you got to bring her back to like host and be amongst the commoners. I was like, if I were you, girl, I would have said no.
However, I'm going to play the flip side to that. Because her win was digital, I felt like Ru may have brought her back in that capacity to give her like the finale experience.
That makes sense. Remember, they were at home. We were all at home.
We were literally at home. She was dancing around her living room.
Yeah.
So I felt like they gave Jada a chance for like people to see her, and for people to see her interact with the audience and all that.
It's like all the kids that graduate from high school virtually and had to drive around the neighborhoods in a car just to get some type of, feeling of graduation.
Maybe it's just my ego. Maybe it's my ego because
you are a Leo.
Very much so. I'm with you on the fact that let's give her this opportunity, but don't make the girl work. Don't put the girl in the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm sure she was paid.
And as you were saying, I was thinking, you know what? The check was probably if she didn't get paid for that, if she didn't get nice check for that, I would be pissed. I'd be livid.
I'm sure she was paid.
But I'm just like, don't put the girl in the parking lot. Like, give her a grand experience. I'm pretty sure she still had a step down look when like on the stage. But I'm like, if
she
that
did.
was the intention, give her put her on a throne, let her sit there and watch it. Don't put the girl in the
You
parking
don't remember she came out looking like Jafar? Like that was her. Like when she came out with the scepter, she had the Jafar look. Yeah, on the main stage.
She had that experience. But what I'm saying is, don't put the girl to work.
I'm sure she got paid for that.
I hope
And
she
this is kind of off topic, but Simone's step down look, the liquid top with the big jeans and the hair. Because everybody else does these grand gowns, nice gowns. They do like this grand look. I love Simone's simple but elegant, like, I love
T-shirt and
Simone's
jeans.
step down. Like, yes, I loved it.
Did you see how it was made though?
I did.
Yeah, they actually had there was a YouTube video about how it was made.
Yes,
yeah,
it was like sculpted. It was made.
Yes.
It was sculpted to her body. So a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, you're coming in like a Zara T-shirt and like some wide leg jeans," but like everything was sculpted and made for her. So I'm with you. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, off topic.
No, that's fine.
So as you know, first,
Mikey and Darlene shared for the win this episode. I thought which was fair. They both played off of each other really well. They both had great looks at the end, well deserved. So we know the top three: Mikey, Darlene, and Nene. So next week we've got the lip sync Lollapalooza. And then on April 17th will be the grand finale. And, of course, we'll be here to record the show and bring you that following Monday. So let's wrap this up. What were your final thoughts on this particular episode? We know you didn't like it.
I didn't think it was bad. I honestly did not think it was bad. I think when I said it had its highs and it had its lows. The lows for me were Juicy and Nene's performance in the challenge. They just it was awkward and kind of cringe. And then also the lip sync again was kind of like, neither one of them lip synced did the lip sync poorly. However, the song was trash. And I honestly agree with who the top three are. I'm rooting for Darlene. I feel like Mikey's going to win, but I'm rooting for Darlene. And yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay, TJ.
Yeah, I hated this episode. It was y'all could have left this one on the cutting room floor. I don't feel like it was necessary. It's a no for me. But before I shut the hell up, I want to give a shout out to our good friend Big O at the In the Black podcast, because I recorded an episode with him on that podcast yesterday, which I think is going to come out tomorrow, which will be Monday. Same day we put out. So I wanted to just give a shout out to him. We had a whole conversation about masculinity that I think was a really good conversation. So go check out the In the Black podcast here on YouTube as well as on Instagram.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought this episode was pretty good, and I'm looking forward to the grand finale, seeing who wins. You know, I don't know. They probably recorded in the studio.
They filmed it already.
Because typically, you know, if you're going to do that audience, people will say, "Oh, I went to the recording." You know, in the theater, and we would have seen stuff by now. But
yeah, no. The reason why I know they did it, and I guess my point earlier was moot, because I just remember they already released an image of Rue and Miley Cyrus on the main stage because Miley is getting the the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes, you're right. I did see that.
Oh, that's why. Okay, so. Yeah. All right, I know we're wrapping up. Let me just go back real quick. So I saw that picture too. And so but I didn't know, I assumed like she was going to be one of the judges. And so,
so you didn't read the caption?
No,
the official Drag Race page released that image and was
not
saying,
at all. I just saw the image and I was like, okay, she'll be a judge. So when I had that in mind, and then her song Mother's Daughter is, I think, a really good song, especially to lip sync to. So I had that in mind. I was like, oh my God, I want to see Nene and Juicy do Mother's Daughter while Miley Cyrus is there. But that obviously did not happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, guys, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share, and then also hit the notification button so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. This video drops every Monday at 8 a.m. So go out into the world, enjoy the week, have a great weekend. I hope you had a great Easter. And some people have Easter Monday, so enjoy that as well. And we will see you here next week for the lip sync Lollapalooza. So everybody have a great week. Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.
I go, I drop. When I trip, I pop.